So let's check out this bathroom with the rolling. Oh, for crying out loud, there's no bench. We didn't do the kind of research that I would normally do if we were going into a new place. And we didn't really have a choice in the place either. Hello from Dallas.
Yeehaw, everybody.
I needed to come out to Dallas for my day job, and so we thought, why not come check out accessibility here? So we are staying at a Hilton hotel, and so we'll give you a quick tour and then take you along as we go about our week. We are staying at the Highlands Dallas. It is a wheelchair accessible room with a roll-in shower. The room is pretty small.
Yes.
I think we're a little spoiled from Disney rooms, but I mean, Adam will be able to get around, so
yes,
that will work. And take us on a tour, Adam.
All right, as you see, the room is fairly small, but hey, we have to check it out and see what happens. Here we have a little cabinet with our refrigerator in here.
Yes, and we did go grocery shopping before this trip because I just find it easier to have stuff on hand I can eat rather than having to find restaurants for breakfast and lunches.
And so as
we are all set for that and plenty of snacks.
Okay, that's there. Then we also have the bed behind me, which is a king-size bed.
This is in no way, shape, or form wheelchair height. We think we can make this work, but...
Yeah, if you can see, it's like really high.
The artwork is very Texas-y. We have a southwest pattern, and it took us forever to figure out what these were, but they're spurs on the drapes there. There's a little Cuisinart pod-style coffee situation. Let's go into the bathroom. We are really in Texas. The toilet has grab bars on the back and side.
And a frosted window looks like to the left.
And then we have a roll under sink, as is very necessary, and there's a drain down there, so that's helpful. Though that makes me wonder if it's gonna flood. This is feeling like it's gonna be a high flood likelihood. So let's check out this bathroom with the roll-in. Oh, for crying out loud, there's no bench. Well then, we will be calling to see if we can get a bench. I've never seen a roll-in shower without a bench before. It does have an adjustable handle, so that's good. The placement of the controls seems to be decent, but yeah, no bench is a problem because not everybody travels with shower chairs. So, all right, that's the room.
So we are here at the Highland in Dallas, I believe it's called.
The Highland Dallas, a Hilton Curio Collection hotel. So when you're traveling as a wheelchair user and you're going to a place that's not known for accessibility or doesn't specialize in it, we know there's going to be curveballs.
Right.
And we just have to prepare ourselves for them. Beds and showers are some of the most common places to have an issue. Either the bed's too high, or maybe they have one of those platform beds, which is just a bad idea.
Right.
And that causes a problem. Sometimes you can ask for them to lower the bed, but I mean, that's going to have mixed results. That might end up being the mattress on the floor, because they can't perform magic tricks. You just have to be prepared and a little flexible. And I don't mean be flexible as in, oh, just get over it. I mean, think through things that you can do if the worst happens, to put yourself in a position to be flexible. So, for example, we may have to go buy a shower chair. Fortunately, you can get them for, not a ton of money. I mean, it's an obnoxious expense.
Right.
But we might be able to get a shower chair at a local Walgreens or CVS or what have you, and that may be the solution to our problem. It's an obnoxious solution, but it might be a solution.
Well, we'll test it out and see if we need to do that route, like she said. But...
Test it out. There's no bench in there. You're going to have to.
Oh, I'm sorry, no bench. I was thinking the other thing. Okay.
So in terms of the bed, another lesson learned for us, we did not bring his
travel
walker, and we should have. The walker would have given him a stability point to help with that transfer, since he's not going to be able to use the arms on the chair, which is what he would usually use because they're going to be so low compared to the
bed.
bed.
Right.
So I wish we'd brought it. Worst case scenario, again, I will go to Walgreens or CVS and purchase either a cheap walker or a cane or something that
For
he
stability.
can use for stability, to just have something to hold on to as he tries to pivot. And then worst case scenario, I just have to help him in and out of the bed.
Right. Which.
But, and we're fortunate to be in that position.
Right.
Now, this hotel was not selected by me. I want to go on record that this hotel was not selected by me. This is the conference hotel that my employer has selected, and I didn't really have a choice in the matter. And Adam came as sort of a last minute thing because it's Valentine's Day and we were, why not, trip. Right? Had I done research on this hotel, I probably wouldn't have chosen this one. I would have looked at pictures, and looked for videos like this, although I know it's hard to find these. That's why we do this. I've also probably would have gone with a chain that I'm more familiar with.
Right.
This is the Curio collection from Hilton, which I believe is hotels that they purchased, right? So didn't start out as a Hilton.
Right.
So, the bed looks comfortable, but there is this challenge.
See. Yeah, and getting up on it.
You have to study the photos. You have to look for reviews. You have to scour online. There's really no way around that, because otherwise you don't really know what you're going to get until you're here, and then you're stuck. We will tag this video so that anybody who is trying to do their research and thinking about this hotel sees that bed height so that they can make a choice. But that is why it's so important when you're staying in hotels. Take pictures, put them online somewhere, put them in a user forum, put them somewhere, so that when others come behind you and they are trying to find information about where to stay, those things become so critical, because you can't get the full story from the website, the pictures on the website, the hotels. Yeah. So, this is our PSA. Please take photos and videos and find somewhere to put them. If you don't know where to put them, send them to us. We'll get them up for you.
We'll get them up for you.
But please, let's all help each other out and take photos and talk about what the challenges are when you go into hotels. You don't necessarily have to start a whole YouTube channel, but welcome to the community if you do. But get them up there, get them searchable, so that people can know what they're getting into, because we all need to help each other.
Right, that is
otherwise,
true. Otherwise,
who else is going to? I feel like we're rambling. We're tired. It's been a really long travel day. It was a really difficult travel day for reasons other than being in a wheelchair. And so we're here now. We're going to go find some food and put up our feet and try to relax. But we're here. We're in Dallas, and we're going to see what Dallas is about and hopefully have some barbecue.
Okay.
My whole goals are get some barbecue, and I want to ride one of those trolleys that takes you on a little tour, because I saw that the local one is wheelchair accessible. So I'm excited about that. And I want to check out the access. So I'm here for a conference. I have to do a presentation. I have to be smart. All of those things. Besides that, I want to go on a tour and eat barbecue. So
got to be in Texas, so I got to at least try it. So we just left Kenai for our dinner reservation. The Knife of Dallas. So
knife. It's just knife.
Okay, Knife of Dallas. It was a very good experience. It was very fun. First time I've ever had aged beef. And so our server, Michael, was very knowledgeable, very good.
So great.
We asked them, should we go deep dive in for the 120-day or sooner? Said, no, go for the 60-day just to wet your toes, figure out how it is. And it was very good. The meat tastes, I guess, beefy, if that's a thing. But
it's like if you took steak and you soaked it in steak juice and then you smoked it on steak pellets, then maybe you'd be close, right? It was like steak cubed, if I could,
Yeah.
It's like triple steak.
It was very good. The sides were good. But yeah, it was a first experience with Hey, to be fair, it was an enjoyable one.
Absolutely, it was
I
really good.
would try it again and see try to compare them. I don't think my steaks at home can ever compare again, but I can try. But we'll see. We'll see. So the accessibility part of it was okay. Some of the chairs are narrow, but they made it open up spaces for us. The chair was removed when we got there, so they do come in. I had an accessible table. Table height was very good.
So when we went to make a reservation, it said that they only had counter left, like counter tables, which are like the bar height ones, which obviously don't work. So we for a waitress. So we called and they said, "Oh no, we can get you a table." So that's a tip that if it looks like there are no accessible spots available, call them because they might be able to open
Right.
something up for you.
Yeah.
And they were very accommodating.
So I did ask because I have hand dexterity issues. They sliced it off the bone, and then I asked them could he cut them up some more. He grabbed a couple pieces, and they went to it's an open kitchen, so you can see them doing it. So they went to cut it up into smaller pieces for me, which was very helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was very good.
So there was like a rack of pieces, right? And he took pieces from like the end, the center, and the middle, so that like Adam would get the experience of all of them, which I thought was pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
And like just really, really nice. I am not a huge fan of this hotel, but I am a fan of that restaurant.
The knife.
Knife was good. The knife was good, and I would definitely recommend the restaurant.
Right. They do have other locations, I believe.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Well,
I
whatever.
found halal
If you
steak.
come to Dallas,
So they had halal steak. So to be clear, this is what we picked this for. They had a selection of halal steaks from two different farms, and so we got from Outpost 76, I believe it
Yep.
was, and they do 100% Wagyu steak there. It's one of the few places in America that they could actually
Claim
legally
that.
claim Wagyu steak. And so it's a local farm, and they do halal slaughter. So Adam was able to enjoy the steak, and that was really what we were
Yeah.
in Dallas. Dried steak is a thing. It's really hard to find like specialty halal restaurants, and the fact that this restaurant had like a large selection of halal steaks was pretty awesome. So
Awesome, yeah.
that's why we came here. It just happens to be in the hotel we were staying.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until after. I was like, wait a minute, it's
Yeah.
actually here.
you don't have to go outside. You basically you can
No,
just
we really
walk down
didn't.
the hall.
So, but yeah, definitely recommend. It was fantastic, and we would definitely come here for the steak again.
Yes.
And with that, we are concluding our visit to Dallas.
It was a very interesting trip. My first time to Dallas, so I haven't been to Texas in a really, really long time. But this was a nice, enjoyable trip.
Yeah, so we didn't do a ton of sightseeing things. It turns out in Dallas, most of the sightseeing things are focused on JFK and
Yeah,
his assassination.
not really.
We weren't feeling that, so we didn't
So,
do that.
yeah.
Which meant that we actually spent a lot of time in our hotel, but that was okay. I
Yeah.
mean, really, I was here for work, and so every day we were working, and then in the evenings we would have dinner together, and that's really all we were looking to do. The hotel was not the best. We wouldn't stay there again, but it wasn't the worst either.
Wasn't the worst, no. I guess the accessible room itself was they need somebody who needs to tell them what accessible means. Got the job done. I was able to do that. Yeah.
It just made the trip a little bit harder because things weren't as easy as they are in other hotels. We were, nothing was unsurmountable, but it certainly did make the trip a little bit harder. I wish that the hotel was a little more accommodating, but
Yeah.
it got the job done.
Right. Also because it was work, we couldn't really pick it. So yeah.
In terms of Dallas, the food was great. We had a lot of really good food, and DoorDash had a lot of great options, so we were able to order a lot of really fun things in. We went to a place called F Gluten one day, and that was interesting.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that everything was going to be cold on purpose, so that was,
Yeah.
if we had had a microwave and I could have heated up, I think I would have liked it a little better.
Yeah.
We also got really good halal barbecue beef ribs from a place called Yummy Dallas or something like that, at
Yeah.
Yummy Burger, Yummy something, and that was really good. And then our final night at Knife was just so good.
It was very good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was stuffed when we were done, but
So
it was really good
yeah.
and highly recommend. That was probably the highlight of the non-work parts of our trip.
Right. So if your foray into aged beef, aged meat, it was my first time trying it. It was pretty good. We had a very nice, enjoyable meal.
So that's it for our week in the life. If you enjoyed this and want to see more of this kind of content, let us know in the comments below, or like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll just go back to doing Disney content. But thanks for coming along for the ride, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.